What's up, guys? Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, guys, today we're going to be talking about a lot of photos. The last 2 weeks I went to Cincinnati and Chicago, and instead of doing two separate videos, I decided to put all of these photos in one video and then share them with you. Like I've said, I like to share more of the work on this channel than just sitting and talking, even though the last 10 or probably 5 videos have been just me here talking about either some photos that I've taken or just few things that I want to share with you. But I have been able to go out and really do street photography the last few days, which I'm pretty excited about it. I have not gone out there to do any form of street photography, kind of like running and gunning what I started this channel with in a very long time. I think the last time I did something like that was like 5-6 months ago. It's a long time, but I'm excited that recently I have started going out and taking some photos, and very soon I'll be doing the POVs. This time I wasn't able to do POV because I don't know, I just felt like getting back on the street. I want to start on a slow pace and then going hard, and as always I'm going to bring you guys with me. So today is Sunday, the 31st of May. I'm supposed to be uploading this video tomorrow, but the whole of this week I have been caught up in developing the films that I shot back in Cincinnati and Chicago, and then also wanting to go out there and shoot more photos since I've not been really able to go out there to take much photos. So yesterday, which was Saturday, the 30th of May, as you guys know, especially most of you that are here in the United States, there is a protest going on, and I knew that there was a protest going on. I knew Columbus was going to participate in it, but myself, Sean, and Dave, we decided to go to Pittsburgh to take some photos there, and we weren't sure that they will be doing that there as well, but we ended up going there and realizing that they were also going to have the protest. And so the plans at which we went there for changed, and we decided to stay and protest with the people and also take some photos whilst we were there. And if you have seen the news, it's been very, very scary, and yeah, it's been wild. We had to photograph and then leave Pittsburgh as soon as we were done, because whilst we were there, my wife sent me a text message that there've been a curfew in Columbus, and then as soon as we were done with the photograph around like 8 p.m. in Pittsburgh, they also were going to go under curfew, which we had to leave before the curfew started, so we weren't stuck in there. So I'm sharing this with you because next week I'm going to be sharing some of the photos that I took whilst I was there with you guys, and talk a little bit about what happened. So last week I wanted to go out and photograph, and most of the time when I'm going out to photograph, I want to have a friend with me, at least 1 or 2 people with me, not to feel safe, but it's nice to have people around and just photograph together. So I really enjoy doing that. I reached out to my friend Ezra if he wanted to go out to photograph, and Robbie if he wanted to go out to photograph, not knowing they had already made plans and they were already in Cincinnati doing some photography there. It's about 2 hours or an hour and a half drive from Columbus to Cincinnati. I didn't know if I wanted to go. To be honest, I was very lazy to drive all the way there and all by myself, but I decided to do it because it's been a while that I went on the street with them to shoot, so I was really excited, and I decided to join them. On my way, it started like getting very cloudy, and I thought, oh, maybe it is just the area that I was that was, you know, cloudy or rainy, and not in Cincinnati, because it would suck if I got there and it was raining. And yeah, when I got there, it was pouring down rain. We had to like stay in my car for a little bit for the rain to calm down or stop, before we were able to go on the street and photograph. Even at some point, I said like I wish I didn't go because I was bummed out, but I'm excited I stayed because I got some pretty nice photos. So here are some of the photos that I ended up creating in Cincinnati. I've already told you guys, this year I wanted to do as much travel that I can, not outside the United States. Eventually we will get there, but I wanted to go to different states to take photograph, and then also bring you guys with me. So even though this whole pandemic thing got us stuck in the house, as soon as places and states started opening up a little bit, I decided to take some short trips, and that is why I ended up going to Cincinnati, and decided I wanted to go to Virginia, which didn't come on. But my wife and I decided to go to Chicago. We were supposed to go with Ezra, but he ended up bailing out at the very last minute. Ezra, what happened? So we decided to go to Chicago. That is what we decided to do last week. On our way, things happened. We were chased by a zombie truck. I cannot make this up, guys. Just look at it for yourself. This zombie truck was behind us, hunting us the whole time on the road going to Chicago. And we thought that was it. We also saw some alligators covered in mud. That was on the truck. I cannot make this up. Check it out for yourself. I think the drive was about 4 hours from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago. We stopped by a gas station to get gas, and I took some photos there. So yesterday I had to put, well, my last roll, we went to Cincinnati, and it was at night. So the film that I had, which is Delta 3200, I put it to 6400 so I can have like a high shutter speed. But I wasn't able to finish all the roll because it was already late and it was raining, and we had to drive back to Columbus. So I had only 7-8 shots on here, and now 6400, I don't have any ND filter, so I cannot really shoot this roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to roll it back and leave that, and remember that I shot 8 rolls, so I can put it back to where it was when I put it back in. So wish me luck. I just need to take some photo here, and it will be too bright for that, so I'm going to put in Portra 160 and then take some photos, and you guys will see it. This looks cool though. In the midday, there is no way I would have been able to shoot that without an ND filter. I nailed it. Look, I have this tip here, so the next time I'm going to shoot, I would just put it in, roll it, and then take like shot with the lens cap on, so that means I'm not exposing it, and the pictures that I've already taken will still be there, hopefully, and then I can just reuse it. But right now I am going to get in here. I think I might have packed a little bit too much, because I have Polaroid here that I'm thinking of shooting. Oh, I just dropped something. I have this Fuji film, slide film here, expired. I have Portra 160, I have HP5, I have another Portra 400, and then I think I have a Portra 160 here and an HP5 here, so that's probably a little bit too much, but let's load in this Portra 160 and shoot that. So we got back on the road. On our way, we came by, if you've ever been to Chicago from Ohio or through Ohio, you probably have seen that at some point on the road there is a ton of windmill. I don't know the exact location, but I've never seen that many windmills in my life. So I ended up pulling. At that time my wife was the one that driving. I asked her to pull over by the freeway, got down to take some photos of the windmill, and I was pretty excited about it. It's not that great, but I didn't want to miss not taking the photos of those windmills. But as soon as we got there, we realized obviously a lot of stuff were closed, and not that many people were on the street, but there were also some people on the street that maybe I was thinking there wasn't going to be. A lot of restaurants and a lot of shops were closed, but there were people on the street just hanging out and chilling outside. And so these are some few photos that I took on my Portra 160 in Chicago. I decided to load Portra 800 and shoot it at 1600 because it was getting late, it was getting dark. I didn't want to have to be in a situation where I wish I had faster speed. So I guess that was a wise decision to do. Maybe not, but I did. The results was great. Now, I think whilst I was in the middle of shooting the Portra 800, Portra 400 at 800, While when we were leaving, I took my Hasselblad with me and took my Polaroid back, because if you guys have seen in my last 2 or 3 video, I shot Polaroid and I ended up having an extra one that I said I was going to shoot that in the daylight, because the first one I shot it with strobe and the result wasn't that exciting. So I wanted to see how this one will be in the mid daylight, especially the first one that I shot was way expired, but this one was a little bit early, which is like 90, was it 2006 or 96? Maybe, I don't remember, but it wasn't that old like the first one. But what happened was, I don't know if it was my fault, if it was the back, if it was the film, something was wrong, and I ended up ruining the entire film. Like, anytime, when you load the Polaroids, you pull the dark paper out and then you take your first shot, pull it, and then the tab will bring the next row or the next film, so you can shoot that too, and then pull it, and then it'll bring. Anyway, if you've shot Polaroid before, you know what I'm talking about. If you've not shot it before, maybe pause this video, go watch a video on Polaroid, and then come back so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I ended up ruining the entire film, because anytime I pull the tab, instead of bringing the film out and spreading the chemical on it, it breaks, and then I cannot even reach it. My hands cannot even hold on to it to pull it out. So I ended up having to open it, and I tried. I know I probably ruined it as soon as I opened it, but I tried to cover it as much as I can, so I can just get rid of the first one that was ruined, so I can shoot the next one. But it didn't happen, and I didn't want to get frustrated. I didn't want that to ruin the entire trip for me, so I just accepted that it is ruined. It's a lot of money, but I accepted it, tossed it away, and then decided to load some HP5 400 in my Hasselblad to shoot. But I think I decided, after I loaded it and took about 2 or 3 photos of the bean, I don't know what it's called. If you have been to Chicago before, there's this huge bean in a park there. Because of what is going on, it was closed. They had like things all around it, and nobody was allowed to go in there. So I just stood at a position where I could see it with the reflection of the city on it, and took some photo. I have still not finished that row, so I might not be able to share the photos with you in this video, but I will definitely share it with you in the next one. And I decided I'm going to shoot my Leica M4-P and the 35 films that I had with me the entire time. So after that, after ruining that Polaroid, I wanted to go to the riverside to get some photos, and again, nobody was allowed to get there. I was bumped out a little bit, but I didn't want that to ruin the entire trip for me. So we decided to go somewhere else. I ended up asking a cop where I can get a very nice view of the river and the city and stuff like that. He showed us a location. We didn't find it, but we found a place that looks like what he was showing us, and took some photos there as well. As it was getting dark, when I finished the last row of Portra 800 that I shot at 1600, it was time to shoot the final film, which is the Delta 3200 that I had already started shooting at 6400 in Cincinnati. So put it back, had the lens cap on, took 8 frames of photo, and then advanced I think 2 more frames just in case I ended up not winding the first time a lot, so I don't end up having some overlap frames. So I left about 2 or 3 frames in between and started shooting it. And even though after developing the film I realized I left too much of frames or too much of space that I could have used for photos, but it was all good. I ended up getting 24 more photos in Chicago. So these are the photos that I took. All right, so at the end of the night, I think I had one more film left, or I think I shot all the films. I don't remember, but I remember shooting my last row and we were just like done and wanted to come home because we had to drive back home. We were not going to spend the night in Chicago, so we left Chicago, drove 4 hours back. It took us more than 4 hours to get here because we're hungry. I had to pee so bad. Had to stop at gas station that wasn't that great, so I have to leave, go find a place to buy food. Ended up going, it was closed. We ended up having to go to another location. Coming back was tough, but anyway, we made it safe. Slept through the night, woke up in the morning, developed this whole film that you guys have already seen the photos. So that is it for me, guys. That is all the photos that I took. Might not be the greatest photos that you've seen, might not be the greatest photos that you've seen on this channel, but I'm excited that I did. I'm excited that I took those photos. Like I said, next week I'll be sharing the photos that I took in Pittsburgh with you guys and talking a little bit about it. But very soon we'll be going on the street and POV will be coming soon. So if you subscribe to the channel because of that, don't leave. If you are somebody that is watching this that love POV, point of view, photos taken on the street, well, welcome, and this is the right place to be. I also want to say one more thing. If you don't know, I made a zine and it's been out for about a week or two now, and I've had few folks bought one and I'm pretty excited about it. If you've not purchased one and you would like to, this is it. It's called The Backroads Adventure. Has about 34 photos in here. Very, very nice photos. This is my very first zine. So please check the link below if you would like to purchase one, to support this channel, to support myself to keep doing this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like to follow me on my Instagram, it's kboatin_street. If you like to follow my color photography, it is the film digit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys and see you guys in the next one. But until then, go hit the street. Please be safe out there. Take extra precautions. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Do all those stuff that we are doing now. And create some beautiful photos and share with us all. And you don't forget, always create to inspire. See you guys in the next one.